I took an Uber home instead of sitting on a man's lap. AITA. So my best friend, Sarah, F22, recently got a new boyfriend, James, M23, and she is over the moon for him. Sarah is one of the very few people I hang out with. She recently just met James' friend group, a group of guys, and they invited her to go on a beach trip with him. Sarah begged me to go with, and kept insisting I join even when I declined the offer about 4 times. Eventually, I just agreed to go to get her off my back about being sad and alone. I was told that I would have a ride. Sarah and I were the last to be picked up, and when they pulled up, there were 4 guys in a 5-passenger car. I see this as my way out. I say, oh, looks like there isn't enough room for both of us. You can go enjoy the beach with your boyfriend. I don't mind staying behind. Sarah tells me that it isn't a big deal if she has to sit on James' lap to make it work. Immediately, I feel on edge. Turns out, James was the one driving and said he wouldn't trust anyone else to drive his car. He told me that I would be the one sitting on someone's lap because there's no way that he would let Sarah do that. I don't know these guys at all. I pull Sarah aside and tell her that I'm uncomfortable, thinking that she would help me out. Instead, she encourages me, saying that she thinks I would have fun and maybe even get a date. She is so into James and has been talking about this trip nonstop for over a week. So I decided to just do it to make her happy. 2 of the 3 guys in the back, Sarah sits up front next to James, offer up their laps. I just picked the guy with the most legroom. We live about 45 minutes from the nearest beach, so I thought it wouldn't be too bad, except that I was told on the drive that we were actually going to beach an hour and a half away instead. My mood just becomes more and more sour. I never once relax, and eventually find myself quietly fuming once my emotions set in. The boys that I'm squeezed into the back would just talk around me, physically leaning over me constantly, brushing up against me. Once we get to the beach, we set up, and I finally find a moment to relax. I eat a sandwich I packed, and read a book while Sarah and James are lovey-dovey and the guys mess around in the ocean. I was asked twice about why I only packed a sandwich for myself. Not jokingly either. Not once had I been asked to bring a single thing. When it came to the part where everyone was getting in the car, I just told James and Sarah that I had called an Uber to pick me up because I didn't want to sit on anyone's lap for another hour and a half. Sarah tried to argue, but my ride showed up, so I left. I got a call from Sarah a few hours later. She called me a bad friend for ditching everyone. When I told her how the whole day was making me feel shitty, she told me I was being selfish and that I had been acting like a bitch all day. I do not think I deserve that, but I'm also pretty paranoid that I did something wrong. AITA.